Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show and watch Saturday night's main event. Here tonight, WWE Saturday night's main event. Let's go over what happened tonight. Obviously, you know John Cena's final match. So it's what the past 12 months been building toward. John Cena stepping into the WWE ring for the final time after a year-long retirement tour. This was the card tonight. John Cena, Gunther, Bayley Soul Rocca, Cody Rhodes and Oba Femi, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. I thought it was actually, obviously I felt it was going to be a really good show tonight, and I thought it was. I thought the show delivered on what it aimed to achieve. The future, I think, is bright for WWE, and John Cena delivered an absolutely incredible send-off with Gunther in the main event. But I'm not going to say it died tonight. I'm going to be positive about WWE's future, because there's a bunch of good future talents like Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Sol Ruca, Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes. There's a bunch of good young talent. I'm not going to be down on WWE's future, but that ending was kind of whatever. If everyone loses in their last match, Cena probably made the call to tap and lose that way. The future's bright with all the young talent. I wouldn't like to see Cena go over, of course. Do one more Super Cena. But obviously knew that was going to happen. But Triple H being booed multiple times tonight when he came out to celebrate with John Cena is a picture-perfect interpretation of what everyone thought about his creative in 2025 for the most part. But the finish, I thought was fine. You know what? I love that he smirked before he tapped out, kind of like he was finally at peace by doing one thing he didn't do for 20 years. So I thought it was a little bit of a poetic ending. Like, I'm not going to be mad at Triple H for booking tonight, because I thought this was a great show tonight. Just in my opinion. But I feel like it's in tradition in wrestling to lose your final match. But Triple H got more heel heat than Gunther. Let that sink in. Triple H was getting booed. But, I mean, obviously I figured John Cena was going to lose, but I wanted to see him go over, honestly. But yeah, you could have not asked for a better final match than what we were treated tonight. Gunther brought it, Cena delivered, that was incredible. I thought they would send the crowd home happy. Instead, Gunther taps out Cena. But his motto is never give up, though. Like, I don't know. But the reaction probably to the finish was probably like 95% negative from what I've seen. But that gives Gunther massive heat. Like tapping out. Cena never tapped out, and he tapped him out. But, oh man, I would like to see a different ending for sure. But I'm sure it was probably John Cena's idea, though. Like, that's why this card was that good, because it was John Cena's idea. They were just probably going to do a John Cena tribute show, but they had more matches tonight. But I thought that was really good. Like I said, I thought the whole show was really good. That was really the main talking point tonight. But let's get to the start off here. But before I do, we've had a whole year. We're here. Still can't believe John Cena's retiring tonight. Part of my childhood, moving on to the next chapter. Obviously, still me and WWE is as an ambassador. But it's gonna be weird not seeing him, out there wrestling after 20 years. So I got a little emotional, but didn't break down. Just a little emotional right there. Let's start off here. Oba Femi and Cody Rhodes. I thought this was a great fucking match, honestly. We start off with Cody and Oba Femi. Man, they were having quite a good match, honestly, and fucking hell, that was quite the showcase in the ring he was given for Oba. But it felt that was cut incredibly short, with once again a safe conclusion. That's the only little negative I have tonight. Too safe once again. I wanted more. I'm sure it won't be the last. Oba and versus Drew is super intriguing and could potentially plant seeds for his first main roster program. But that was such a fucking cop-out finish. Triple H really can't remove the pacifier and do something different. I wish the match went longer, but I understand why they did the finish. Cody, maybe, or Oba couldn't afford to eat the pin, but Cody can afford a loss, man. Cody could have lost clean. It won't affect him at all. Like, he can lose clean. I wish they would know that. Like, you didn't want... Maybe Cody can afford to eat a pin. It's Oba Femi. It's not like this is some bum. But this is Sesame Street Levesque. But it's just a one-on-one. No titles on the line. The crowd reacted to something off camera shortly before Drew emerged to beat up Cody. Femi was upset that the contest was thrown out and got the Scottish Warrior's face shoved into the mat. While most of the match I thought was pretty good, this was a disappointing way to end the biggest opportunity for his career thus far. He and Rose took McIntyre out and posed together to end the segment. You know, Cody and Oba Femi got sizable reactions during their entrances. But I thought this was a really good match, man. I hate that it ended in a DQ because that's all Triple H does, is with these DQs. Should have let Oba win. Stop playing it safe. Most of the time. But they gave us a little taste of the start of the Oba Femi era. Maybe I don't mind the finish, but I don't blame anyone being angry about it. I do mind that it was really short. Could have got more time out of this. But it showcased Oba and continues Drew and Cody's story. But it's kind of hard to be interested when you know Drew's going to lose for about the 75th time. And he's like he's pretty much LA Knight, considering they both never win big matches. Next, we had Bayley and Sol Ruca. This was great. Man, Sol Ruca's damn good, but Bayley, she's still really damn good, can go in the ring. It says a lot about Sol Ruca to be chosen for this spot. It says more about Bayley after feeling she has taken a backseat lately. She's still looked at as one of the most important women in the women's division. She's always put the division first for herself. Tonight showed that. Obviously, Sol Ruca defeated Bayley. I thought this was a really good match. This was a fun match with a lot of spots that showed off Sol Ruca's agility. Bayley was the perfect person to give her this spot. She hit a soul snatcher. She could snatch my soul. Ruca was able to get the pin and get the big win for her young career. Bayley had a big smile on her face, so she wasn't upset putting over their talent. They posted together and gave a salute and tribute to John Cena. But yeah, this was great for sure, man. It had a quicker pace in the first match, but it was still really good. But yeah, love this match, for sure. Sol Ruca's gonna be probably a big feature of the women's division. Bayley can still go with the right opponent. Love Sol Ruca, she's great. And there was a backflip cutter. She had some backflip cutter. It's almost like a shooting star cutter. It's so smooth. Very impressive match, especially with the bright lights. This was great. She's gonna have a bright career. I really think so. But yeah, this was really good. What's next? AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater in a tag team match. So the only title match of the night was them defending the tag team championships. It was appropriate that Slater was in a match against a former TNA champion for his first main roster appearances. This was a fast-paced match with a lot of memorable moments. The three young guys made their mark, and Styles seemed to take a back seat at times so they could shine. Unfortunately, there was a moment where he tripped when he went over for his signature springboard form. It was hard to tell if he had anything to do with that match even a few moments later, but Styles and Lee retained in the end. About some standout moments, but the somewhat abrupt ending was a bit strange, but still thought this was good. Lee and Styles defeated Slater and Javon Evans. And I thought done a good job covering up that little botch. And I think Leon Slater covered it pretty good for a young kid. Read the moment right. Credit him for jumping on the cover after the botch too, to try and cover it up. And that cutter, Javon Evans has a nice cutter as well. What do they call it? The OG cutter. But yeah, I didn't think it was only, 8 minutes? I feel like most of these matches were short, but they really delivered for sure. Then we get to the main event. John Cena versus Gunther. This was fantastic. Nostalgia played a factor, but there's no denying how big of a moment this was. Cena got to go out on his own terms, and that's something that a lot of wrestlers never have the chance to do. It was a great way to wrap up a legendary career. Some might think this grade might be high for this match, but I thought it was an A. But this is exactly what needed to be. Cena looked great hitting all of his big spots, but he did even more to put Gunther over by selling for him. On top of that, they worked well together to make this an entertaining match, regardless of it being Cena's last. But yeah, this was great. Gunther defeated Cena. Joe Hendry, and there was some segment with Joe Hendry, The Miz, and R-Truth. You know, it was a cool little segment, I guess. But Kevin Owens was there in the front row. You saw Kurt Angle. But yeah, just a great way to end the show, man. I mean, a disappointing crowd chanted bullshit. Cena sat in the ring with a smile on his face. He went out putting someone else over, which is exactly what he wanted to do. His farewell tour had bumps along the way, but it definitely ended on a high note. You know, obviously the crowd wasn't happy, but maybe this night not just about Cena, but also building the future by featuring a handful of NXT stars is a perfect way to do this. Don't let the crowd's reaction at the end fool you. This was a great show from top to bottom. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's an absolutely phenomenal show tonight. Finally, I can be positive about WWE. Finally, I can be positive. I know everyone's going to be negative that they had John Cena tap out, and I get it. But still, I thought it was a great way to close the show. For sure. Just a great show overall. It's hard to believe Cena's now going to be retiring, man. But Gunther's now the ultimate heel. This isn't the opponent everybody wanted Cena to face, but I thought it was a perfect opponent. But yeah, that's really got to say it for Saturday night's main event. Really enjoyed it, so yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Till next time, Alkaline, peace, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.